Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck, and today I'm feeling like a pasta. Yes, I love pasta. It's very obvious to tell that I love pasta. Oh god. But the point of the matter is, you can have some pasta and make it in your Instant Pot and do it so easily. The Instant Pot is one of the greatest things to make pasta in. It's so quick, so easy, you don't really have to boil the water separately for a lot of dishes, and this is going to be one of those dishes, and usually the results are just out of this world incredible. So, we're making a pasta dish today with one of my favorite chicken dishes. Actually, one of my most popular dishes is my Chicken Marsala. So how about we take that Marsala element and then we add the chicken, cut it up into some cubes to some amazing, adorable pasta, and then we toss it up with a few vegetables and make it a lovely, light, creamy Marsala sauce. Does that sound good to you? Because it sure sounds good to me. Well guys, it's happening. It's happening right now. We're gonna make the most amazing Instant Pot creamy chicken Marsala you ever had. Actually, it might be the only kind you've ever had, but I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. And it's also the three supers. Super quick, super easy, super spectacular. Let's go to it. So let's start off with one large shallot and dice it up. And then let's take a chicken breast. I'm gonna use a pound worth of a chicken breast. It's a big chicken breast. Chopped up into sizable chunks, about yay big. So now I'm gonna go to my Instant Pot and I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons or a quarter of a stick of salted butter. So I'm gonna come to my Instant Pot to the control panel and hit the saute function and adjust so it's on the more or the high setting. And give it some heat so that butter melts. And now that our butter's all melted and sizzling, I'm going to now add in my shallots, along with one 8-ounce package of Baby Bella mushrooms that are sliced, and if they're not sliced when you get them, just slice them up yourself.
You can also double the mushrooms if you want a lot of mushrooms.
And then stir everything together in the pot, and we're gonna let it cook down for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's smelling delicious in this kitchen right now. And after about 3 to 5 minutes of stirring in the pot, you're gonna see the mushrooms have gotten a really nice kind of light brown color, and now we're gonna add in our chicken. Dump that in the pot. And then stir it around in the pot. Now we're going to be using this entire 7.5-ounce jar of sun-dried tomatoes coming up shortly, but actually what we need now from this jar itself is about a teaspoon of the oil, and I'm going to pour that into the pot. And we want to keep stirring until the chicken gets white on pretty much all the sides. And don't worry, it doesn't need to be fully cooked right now, that chicken. That's going to happen when we pressure cook it. And then after a few moments of sauteing the chicken in the pot, I'm going to now add another teaspoon of the sun-dried tomato oil. Stir it around in there. And now, once our chicken is starting to look white with just a little bit of pink left, we're going to add in a tablespoon of crushed garlic. And there you go. And stir that around in the pot. And also be sure to deglaze the bottom of the pot while you're stirring everything in there. It shouldn't really have anything stuck to it anyway. So because we're making a creamy Marsala pasta, we have to add in a key ingredient, and that's going to be, you guessed it, Marsala wine. Now you can use a regular sweet Marsala wine. I don't have any around, but I have this, so I'm using the Marsala cooking wine. Totally fine as well.
And I'm using 1.5 cups of it.
And then just get everything stirred in the pot, scrape the sides as well, make sure that all of our shallots and our mushrooms that it might be have been stuck to the side from stirring goes into the pot. And now I am adding in 3 cups of garlic broth.
So I'm going to use 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of garlic better than bouillon mixed with 2.5 cups of water, or you can just use chicken broth if you don't have the garlic broth.
Let's stir that all up together in the pot. And now our final ingredient to go into the pot, well, what else would it be? Our pasta! So I'm going to use a pasta that I really like called farfalle. It's very formal. It's like a bow tie, you know what I mean? Farfalle, whatever you want to call it. My mother would say mozzarella, like I said that before, and I'm like, Ma, you're not from Italy, you're from Brooklyn, you know? Come on, let's put it in the pot. Now it's important to note I am not going to heavily stir this in with everything. I'm just going to lightly press down on it so all of it is submerged in the pot. I take a few moments, just even it out with a mixing spoon or a spatula. And when we're looking like this, we are good. It's okay if a few pieces iceberg above the top. So now let's take our lid, secure it, go to sealing position. Now I want to come back to my control panel and hit keep warm cancel, and then I want to hit the manual or the pressure cook button depending on your model, and I want to adjust the time so we're on 6 minutes and on high pressure. Okay, so remember the sun-dried tomatoes before? Again, like I want to use a 7.5-ounce jar full of these the kind that are in oil. This is a great brand. You know how much I love my Victoria White Linen marinara sauce. Same brand, fantastic. So I've not added the sun-dried tomatoes to the pot yet, and I don't want them to get overcooked if we cook them with the pasta. So we're just going to add them in at the end when we toss everything up, and here's what we're gonna do with them. So you'll notice when you take each one out of the jar, they're gonna be about this big. So you see that? You could really get about 3 strands worth of sun-dried tomato there. So we wanna take each one and then cut it into 3 strips. So we're looking like this. See that? How each one is kind of like in a strand? Perfect, we have plenty that way. And now that we're done cooking, let's perform a quick release. And the pin just dropped, so the lid comes off. And presto, there is our pasta. Let's give everything a good stir now. Ooh boy. And isn't it amazing how much of that liquid was absorbed by the pasta? I mean, it looks like there's none left in there, but there's actually plenty. And we're actually about to add a few final ingredients. Let's take those sun-dried tomatoes and dump them in. And then toss it up with all the pasta and the chicken and the mushrooms. And now that that's all nice and stirred in, we're going to add in some heavy cream. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of it, as well as a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Told you it's gonna be nice and cheesy and creamy. Really kick up that Marsala flavor and bring it up a notch. Stir it up nice and good with that pasta. It's gonna thicken it up. It's gonna make it nice and cheesy as well. So just let it stir and set for about 5 minutes. That's when the sauce is gonna thicken up nicely. And then we'll serve it up. I don't know, guys. Are you guys excited to try this out? I think we're ready to transfer this perfection to a serving bowl. Here we go. Ooh. This sauce is the perfect consistency, you guys. And some more sauce from the pot, and we are ready to serve this up. Oh my gosh. Guys, I mean, come on, let's look at that one more time. How beautiful is that? And now let me transfer some of this beautiful pasta to a serving bowl for myself. And get some mushrooms on top. Maybe drizzle with a little more sauce. Perfection. It is time to try it out. Alright guys, it's time to try out some of this creamy chicken marsala pasta, and I can hardly wait. Here we go. Yes. Oh, this is good. Oh boy, this is good. The combination of the pasta itself with the chicken, the mushrooms, the sun-dried tomato, and that wonderfully light, playful, I mean, what an adjective to use for a sauce, but it's playful. This like creamy, light marsala sauce. It's just sublime. Richard just laughed at me because I'm so ridiculous sometimes when I describe how amazing the food is. I love this pasta so much, and it's such an amazing play on marsala and almost like a creamy sauce mixed together, but it's not a heavy tasting sauce at all. It's actually very light, but the flavor is just everything. It's totally marsala, totally uncompromised, and totally fantastico. Mwah! The chicken and the pasta are both cooked to perfection. The mushrooms are perfect, melt in your mouth. And then you have that amazing chewy texture of the sun-dried tomatoes, which, as you know me, I hate raw tomatoes, but sun-dried tomatoes, love them. They're incredible in flavor. Oh, so good. So good. And you know what? I love this pasta so much. Farfalle, farfel, whatever you want to call it. Because not only is it delicious and adorable pasta, but if you have like a formal affair you have to go to and you don't have a bow tie, well guess what? You do now. You can just like glue it to your neck or something, you see? Or, I don't know. I think we have another home run in our hands here, folks. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos and all these recipes, go to PressureLoveCooking.com because I have so many others, each and every one accompanied by a video just like this one. And I have a ton of recipes that run the gamut of everything. So check that out. And of course, go to Facebook.com/PressureLoveCooking and like the page. That's where you're going to see all recipes that drop first, any updates, any tips, any humor, anything. And I'm very responsive, so please feel free to visit the page and like it. And of course, at PressureLuck, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. I have everything. You can pin any recipe on my pages too. I make it all easy for you because I love you. Guys, thank you so much. And I mean, this is the most perfect little pasta to have on a night where you're just feeling like pasta, but not feeling like really overdoing it. It's a perfect, wonderful, blissful pasta. And great, now I have to book a trip to Italy. This is just making me want to go there.